Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Backyard Beer Brothers. My name's Rory Doherty and today I'm drinking another beer from Plams Brewing Company up in Queensland. I'm actually pretty pumped about this. This beer is called Tallebudgera Nights, but the main reason here is because it is a Kiwi mango lychee feijoa sour ale. So, mad fan of sour beers, but also a big fan of Lost Palms. So I don't know how long ago it was now. It seems like it was forever ago, but a fair while ago had their it was like a quad blueberry pancake sour ale, I think it was as well, and I scored that really well. I said it was an 8 out of 10. That was like a super high percentage beer, and I think that's probably pushed it a little bit too far on the percentage. So fingers crossed we can get a bit of a better beer with this one. Just as far as the alcohol content was concerned, the rest of that last beer was amazing. But this is looking awesome. As well as that, I suppose it's also a good beer to have because it's sort of a play on Tallebudgera Nights. And we've got our Bathurst sort of set there, so I figured it probably sits in well. Doesn't have anything else in the can, but let's get into it. I can already sort of smell some of the sour notes coming through. There's that. But it is smelling mango forward on this one. It does have mango on it, yep. And that's sort of what you're getting straight away. There's sort of some other fruit in there, but you can't sort of be specific with it. I think one of the things that I'm looking forward to most is hoping that there's like a bit of that feijoa taste. And like, feijoa is kind of a polarizing flavor, and one of my friends sort of described it to me perfectly. Growing up in New Zealand, I've sort of feijoas all the time. Whereas if you're new to them, they can have a almost a how's it described? A sort of tiger balm or deep heat-ish kind of taste. And to those of you that sort of eat and enjoy feijoas, you might be thinking, nah, that's stupid. But next time you're having one, there is like a sort of, not medicine-y, but it's in the same sort of ballpark. So, I think it's stupid. So what do I want? I want this beer to have a deep heat-ish flavour, but no. If there's any feijoa flavour to it, boom, I'll be a big fan. But, smells good. You know, as far as the colours concerned, deep haze, small bit of light coming through here, no light coming through here. As you'd expect, a lot of sours. The head doesn't sit around at all. Hasn't sit around this, but I can still see carbonation going up, which is a good sign. But most importantly, what's the taste? Cheers. Cheers. Let's go. Well, it is tart. It's very mango forward. One of the reasons why I'm laughing is, was it last week or the week? Anyway, within the last 2 weeks, I went to a beer festival called Blobfish. It must have been the weekend just been. Yeah, Blobfish Beer Festival. Went with my mate Jared. And it's a sour beer festival. And I was thinking, boom, I love sours. This is going to be the bomb. It's going to be a whole day. And it's in the name. It's a sour beer festival. But one of the things is, I thought that there would be more other beers. Right? I was just thinking, you know, if you're going to like a, well, if you're going to like an IPA festival, you know, there'll be a whole lot of IPAs, but there's sort of good variants in that, right? But then you'll still expect to have some other beers. I would, anyway. But this festival, it was like, I think they had 42 breweries, and everyone was having sours, but it wasn't just like a, you know what, here's just a entry-level sour, just to get you in there. Everyone was just like, taking them to the absolute max, and they were just, the first beer that we had, it just sort of was a bad way to set the tone, but someone said, oh, you got to try this particular beer. I can't even remember the brewery that it came from. But it smelled like, when you held it up to your nose, it smelled like a horse's stables, like that sort of hay mixed with horse manure. It's just like, what the? Where am I even going? Oh, this is how beer. I was like, how did I even get to this story? But yeah, Blobfish. Lots of sour beers. There were a few places that did have non-sour beers, but they were like extremes as well. Like you're talking these super high percentage stouts, you know, whiskey, barrel aged 10 to 12% stouts. It was hard to come by a normal beer. But this I feel would be out of place there, because this is sort of a safer sour. But it's still very sharp and tart. Like it's the type that when you're drinking it, it lifts your eyebrows and your upper eyelids, you know, this sort of, you know, this sort of, man, I'm just talking smack. But it's pretty good, but I don't think this would score anywhere near as high as the previous one, the quad berry one. And I just think it is sort of coming in maybe just above those sort of entry level sours. It's still pretty good, don't get me wrong. Mango forward, yes. What other flavors do we have in there? We've got kiwi, no. Lychee, no. Feijoa, nah. So it's kind of just like a mango tropical sour. But to tell you a little bit about this particular sour, it comes in at 440 mils. It is 6%, which works out to be 2.1 standard drinks. I looked it up on Untapped as of today. It had a review of 3.85. So again, very good. These guys seem to do really well as far as the scoring is concerned. It sort of makes sense. It is a pretty good beer. Would I score it? Nah. So I think before finishing it, let's get to the questions. Number one, would I buy this again? No. Nah, and I wouldn't buy it on tap, and I wouldn't buy it as a gift. But if there was a 4-pack of, what is it, Lost Palms beers, and this was one of them, it wouldn't put me off getting the 4-pack, as long as the other ones are looking pretty good. Is it scullable? It's definitely scullable. You know, you can smash these back. Last, would I buy it as a gift? No, I wouldn't. What would I give it out of 10? Last one got an 8. I think this would probably get like a 6, 6.5 maybe if it was lucky, but nah, just I was hoping more from this, especially if you see Feijoa on there. If they hit those Feijoa notes, bam, you got to win it. But if you're putting it on there, it's just a tease and you don't get any of it. What's the point? But with that being said, if you made it all the way to the end of the episode, really appreciate if you hit the like, hit the subscribe, leave us a comment, and as always, hopefully you have a good one. Cheers.